do a biopsy and tubing demonstration. So the first part will be to do the setup in here. Will take like around 5 minutes. So please, can you be close by so you can see here, because we are going to watch on the camera the second part, that is actually the biopsy and the tubing. So please, if you want to approach a little bit, we can see how Damià Castelló is going to perform the setup of the biopsy station. Thank you, Damià. Whenever you want.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser. Good afternoon. Buonasera. Buenas tardes. It's a pleasure to share this time with you, and I will try to share the procedure and to share the tips about biopsy and tubing. Okay. In my opinion, this technique maybe is the most funny technique in the IVF lab, because each embryo is different and it's very funny. And also, this technique must be performed with the complete sterility, because we can contaminate the sample. For this, we have to work well under the microscope, under the workstation. We have not workstation here, but everything must be clean, everything must be completely sterile, and in this way we will have a good diagnosis. Then the first part is the setup. You can see here I have prepared 4 dishes for the biopsy. The dish is one dish the blastocyst, and I have used some moss media from Iterlife. This media is for be out of incubator. It maintains the pH and it gives you time for the biopsy, and always covered by oil. Okay. I have 4 dishes for biopsy. Also, I have prepared this dish. This dish is for tubing with drops of approximately 10 microliters. Usually, I make 1 draw per blastocyst and always cover it by oil. The oil gives you the safety that the pH is the same always, and also is an isolation for the contamination. Okay. And before the biopsy, we have to put the sample inside a tube. This tube is the tubing, and this is the tubes I have prepared for the tubing. In each tube, it is 2.5 microliters of washing solution or media solution from Igenomix. This is a special solution for the tubing. Okay. Then, this is the part of the dishes. Remember, always under the workstation, always working with sterility, and this is the tools that we will use for the tubing. A sweeper or a handle for the tips, a pen, and also here we have the solution from Igenomix. Okay, this solution will be for washing the tip, and this dish will help us for the tubing. Okay. Then this part is complete, everything is ready, and we move to the biopsy. Okay, for the biopsy, we need a laser. We will use the laser of Octax from Iterlife. This is the best laser in the market because the laser has a lot of functions. The laser is very, very stable and can give you you can perform biopsy, you can perform assisted hatching, you can perform stone thinning. You can make a lot of things apart of biopsy. Okay. Then we will start with a set of the pipettes. In these cases, we will use mouse embryos. then the size of these embryos are smaller than the human embryos. This pipette is for holding. Okay. It takes a little time. Remember, with the biopsy, we can know we can perform PGTA, PGTSR, PGTM. Let me put all things ready. I like to say that biopsy is like cooking. When you biopsy a lot of times, every time is better. The skill is better. Then my recommendation is always you have the opportunity to biopsy. Okay, this is the holding pipette. Put the laser objective. And now the biopsy pipette. The size is 20 microns. Usually for human, I like to work with a diameter of 30 micrometers, but in this case, for most embryos, we need a smaller diameter. Okay. It's a little bit different because holding and biopsy pipette are more or less the same diameter. But I have said that the most embryos are smaller than human embryo. Okay. Then in this moment we are ready for the biopsy. I have to change the holding pipette. I have broken the pipette. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let me check. As you know, we have 2 ways for biopsy. We can biopsy directly in day 5 or day 6, or making assisted hatching day 3. In my work, my work is traveling in Spain, abroad, and performing biopsy in other countries. We go directly in day 5 or day 6. In this way, we cannot to make assisted hatching because it means to be there 2 times. For this, we directly go and we biopsy the embryo. but I like assisted hatching. I like assisted hatching in biopsy, and I like assisted hatching before to transfer a blastocyst like so blastocyst. In my opinion, it could help, not always, but it could help the, the implantation. Now, we will take the embryo from the embryoscope. This embryo have been thawed this morning, and we have put in culture. Okay, it's ready. Okay. We move to the stereo microscope, and now I will take one blastocyst and I will move this blastocyst to a biopsy dish. Okay. I take the blastocyst and I move the blastocyst to a drop. Okay. I check if the blastocyst is okay, it's in the drop. Good. And now we move to the microscope for the biopsy. Okay, then first we have to wash the pipettes in the upper drop. For this, my recommendation is to use the minor magnification. This way you don't break the pipette. And now the holding pipette. Okay. And to wash the pipette, it means to take a lot of solution. And in this case, I'm using microinjectors from 𝗕𝗍𝗃𝗃. This is our system for the injection. I love these microinjectors, but work with air not always is easy. And my recommendation, this is a tip, is to fill completely the pipette with solution. Okay. Then sometimes you will see there are like small drops in the pipettes. This is another tip. My recommendation is to shot with a metal piece, and it removes bubbles, oil bubbles or air bubbles from the pipette. Okay, let's go to the biopsy. See the pipettes, and now I need to put on the laser. Okay, in this case, for blastocyst biopsy, my recommendation is to use this setting. 3.8, no, 2.4 for blastocyst. And in case you want to perform assisted hatching, my recommendation is 1.8. Okay, I'm checking it's working. I will try to remove these bubbles. It's not a problem. Okay, and now I will go to the drop with the blastocyst. I will try to remove the bubbles, the oil bubbles on the folding pipette. If I can. Let me find the blastocyst here. Okay, in this case, I think the more important thing in the biopsy, also in the 𝗕𝗍𝗃𝗃 procedure, is the focus. Everything must be in the same focus, because if the focus of the pipette, the holding pipette, the focus of the biopsy pipette, or the focus of the blastocyst are not the same, we will have problem with the biopsy. Then let's go with. I will take. I check the focus is okay. And now I will take the blastocyst. I will put the blastocyst in the best position with the holding. And now I have two options. I can take these cells of this part. Maybe I have enough cells. The recommendation is to take between 5 until 8 cells for a good sample. Or another option is to make another hole in the zona pellucida with the laser and to go inside and to take the sample. I think I will make another hole because in this part, as you can see, probably this part is the inner cell mass. Then it's very important always take a part of the blastocyst that is not the inner cell mass. the best, you have to take a part not important of the blastocyst. You have to take 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃. Then I will make a hole here and I will take a sample inside. Okay. The size of the hole must be more or less the size of the pipette. Okay, I will go inside. At this moment, I'm inside of the blastocyst. I aspirate a little bit more. I aspirate, at the same time I'm pulling slowly. Okay, the blastocyst has collapsed, it's normal. You see, this is good for the biopsy. Okay, and when I have enough cells, then I use the laser. I make a line, I make a row, because the laser doesn't cut. The laser makes like micro holes, and it makes easy to break and to make the flicky movement. Okay. This part I put like this. In this part is very, very important, the focus. Pipette, the biopsy pipette and the holding pipette must be in the same focus, and now I make this movement. Okay? This is the sample. This is the sample. This is a piece of 𝗕𝗏𝗺𝗃 for the NGS, and this is the blastocyst. Okay. I remove the pressure on the blastocyst. Another recommendation is to separate blastocyst from the sample. And now is the time for tubing. I have the sample, and now I have to put the sample inside the tube. Okay, then, in this case I have the blastocyst in a same drop, I have the blastocyst, and I have the sample. Now we move to a switch of orchestration. It means that I have to take the blastocyst to return to the culture dish, and in this way the sample remain in the drawer. Okay? The blastocyst is the important thing, because the blastocyst is the baby, and after remove the blastocyst, I can take the sample for the tubing. Okay, then in this part, I move the blastocyst another way to the culture dish. Okay. We return the blastocyst to the incubator. We return to embryoscope. We open the door. Put the dish. And now the blastocyst is safe. And we return to the tubing. Okay, as you know, tubing is to put the sample inside the tube. It looks easy and it looks not complicated, but it's critical because if you don't add the sample inside the tube, you will have a failure of amplification. Then, under the workstation, everything clean, using gloves. First, I mark the tube with the initials of the patient. This is my name, Damià Castelló, and number 1. This is the number of the embryo. I open the tube. This is another tip. My recommendation is to use the lid of a dish, and in this way you have the good angle for the tubing. Then, important, 1 tip per embryo for avoid contamination. And I will use the solution from Igenomix for washing the tip. And now I take solution, I take the sample, I wash this sample in these drops. 1, 2, 3 times, and now I will add the sample inside the tube. Okay, always looking through the stereomicroscope. Okay, in this point it's very important to see how the sample is inside the tube. If you can see the sample inside the tube, my recommendation is to make another biopsy, to make a biopsy of the same embryo and to put the sample inside. If the sample is not inside, all things are for nothing because you will not have a diagnosis. And when the lab gives you the results with a no amplification, it means you have to show the blastocyst, to re-biopsy the blastocyst, and to send again the sample to Igenomix. Okay, and this is the tubing. In tubing, I think 90% of problems of the procedure, biopsy tubing, is in the tubing. For biopsy, when you have the skill for biopsy, you know everything about the biopsy, but the tubing sometimes is more difficult. My recommendation is to put the tube in this position and always looking through the stereomicroscope to add the sample inside. Okay, and that's all about biopsy and tubing. My recommendation is always you can biopsy, always you can tubing. When you have a good skill in tubing and in biopsy, you will have a very good program on PhD, PhD, SR, or PhD. Thank you very much.